Aidan Hutchinson did speak to the media, and he talked about, hey, I'm fully cleared. I've been cleared now for a little bit of time. He's now back in the fold. And now for Matthew, you clearly understand how important the defensive line is. Brad Holmes has basically said, hey, we're not going to invest in the top end free agents because we believe as an organization, Aidan Hutchinson is going to be the guy that's going to anchor this defensive line. He is a superstar, potential top 5 defensive end in the entire National Football League. How excited are you now? And just like everybody else, Aidan Hutchinson's back in the fold, pretty much expected to be available week 1.
Oh, that's huge news, right? I mean, and I think Calvin Shepard was even speaking about that recently, how Hutch looked in practice. And it was important because without him, that whole front defensive line looks different. And so the other thing is he's going to probably get that next really big contract, which is part of the reason why they're probably hesitant to bring somebody in and pay them some big money, because you can only pay so many people, and they've been paying a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's look, this is a player that's number 2 overall draft pick, expected to do a lot of big things. Where do you view Aidan as a player now? Clearly the injury now adds a little bit of a wrinkle to his evaluation, but you see now his numbers still are top ranked in PFF, even though he missed quite a bit of time. His pressures were up there. He was starting to put it together as a football player and was seriously, legitimately a defensive player of the year candidate. What do you think about Aidan Hutchinson now as a player, even though he's coming off of an injury?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, in college, he came off a pretty major injury as well and returned to pretty impressive form. I'm still thankful that Jacksonville passed on him in the draft. I mean, that just was like winning the lotto for the Lions at the number 2 spot. But you're right. There's a lot of Detroit Lions players coming off of injury from this past season. And I think, I know we'll get to the keys to success later, but that's one of them is, can they return to that form? And Hutch said, if I'm not mistaken, he felt like he was hitting a different level last year before the injury took hold. And so he may be elevating his game still. And he has the entire offseason, because it happened early enough in the season that it's not like the same situation with Aleem McNeil where he's going to miss half the season. He's fully cleared now. So that means he's going to be able to get repping in the system with Calvin Shepard and just, building himself right back up to hopefully where he was right before the injury took place.